What is the secret to achieving success? Why do some people succeed in life while others are never able to accomplish their heart's desire? On this video, you'll hear from two individuals that were at rock bottom in their lives. One lived out of a tent in a friend's yard. He was penniless. He couldn't even afford gas for his car or make his cell phone payment. From that bleak situation, using the secret found in Think and Grow Rich, he was able to transform his life and achieve what he calls the American dream. I urge you to grab paper and pen or whatever method you use to take notes, because over the next few minutes, you'll have the step-by-step information you need to achieve your heart's desires. By the way, please remember to subscribe to our video so that you don't miss any of our jam-packed videos.
On the line is Mr. Ralph Weir, and Ralph is the kind of person who, he actually is the sideline. Ralph is Alan's front line and has been in the business, and he's going to tell a little bit of his story. But Ralph and I started going back and forth with this thing because we started blasting out our statements 12, 13 times a day. And Ralph's been kind of my buddy in the business as we do these statements, because the shifts that we've noticed only we understand because we've gone so far outside of our box and the miracles that have been happening in our business. And I mean miracles in our business daily. So Ralph, good morning. How are you?
Hey, good morning.
Yes, good morning, Ralph.
Wild, crazy partner doing the statement.
Yes, you are. And so tell us a little bit about, for those of you who don't know who you are, and your short story, and then kind of get into, like, just what's going on. Go for it.
Okay. I'm Ralph Weir from San Diego, California, and like I said, I'm frontline Alan. I've known him for many years. Been in the business about 7 years. Basically, I had plenty of money when I got into business, and I tinkered with the business for many, many years, and I thought I was actually working it, but I realized after my finances took a dip and went away that I really wasn't working the business, and had a point where I was basically homeless. And so I took it, and this is last year, and so it was kind of a very eye-opening experience, and finally at a point where I ended up being kicked out of my apartment, moved into someone else, kicked out of there because I didn't have any money going, and I didn't know where I was going to go, so I ended up in a friend's house in their backyard, living in a tent. And I remember waking up, it was the first night, and I woke up the next morning going, and it just hit me that, I'm really in gratitude for what I have. And so it was a really great story, great realization, but I think where the statement comes into play is I knew I had to get my heart and my mind straightened out, and so I jumped on a motor coach and rode around the country with Alan and stuff. And one of the things he kept saying to me was, it's all about willingness to change. And so we would actually be doing sit-ups and push-ups while we're bounding down the roads across the country and getting physically in shape. But, and came home and was out taking walks to get exercise, and I realized, hey, why don't I do my statements? So I started doing my statement out loud, walking down the streets and with a piece of paper, because I didn't have it memorized at the time, and people would look at me, and someone had mentioned, are you practicing for a play or something? And no, this is my goals. Anyway, I realized one day when I was doing my statements a couple times, I don't know, just this little thought came to me. It was like, well, if I do my statements twice a day and I'm getting minimal results, why don't I do it more? And so I started saying the statement out loud, 4 or 5, 6 times a day. And I remember having a realization that kind of a feeling of a joy came over me, like I hadn't felt in a long time. And I knew that I was in the right place, or that I was moving in the right direction. And then I started doing it more and more and more, and building it up to 12 and 13 times a day, saying it very rapidly over and over again. things are changing. I mean, I met a guy online who was a Vietnamese consulate general for business into Vietnam. He signed up. My sister-in-law, my brother, who I've been resisting coming into the business for 7 years since the beginning. We stopped and saw them in Texas. She came on the bus, signed up, did an LOI, and she said she saw a difference in my eye. She saw a difference in how I was being. And I said it was a statement. She saw a sparkle in my eye. And then I've had people along the way, and people show up in my life who I'm working with right now who are amazing. Just I'm putting cards on my door and things like that. Are just a lady owns a franchise for a moving spa in an RV kind of a thing. All kinds of results. I'm out in the middle of Oregon, and somebody stops by to a meeting, and she was interested in what it was, and I ended up showing her the spa, and she ended up buying one and signing up right there. I don't know how many more should I go into, but
I think the thing is, Ralph, that what have you felt? Tell us about what you vision while you're saying your statement. How do you do it? Because I was talking with someone earlier about how they say your statement this morning, and they kind of rip through the numbers because they try to say it as fast as they can. And that's actually not the right way to do your statement. The way to do your statement is to embody a feeling in your solar plexus of abundance and success. And it's an expansive feeling where it begins, your heart expands and expands, and then you're visioning your dreams as you say it and how you feel. So how are you saying it when you do it?
It's interesting, as I would say it. What happened because I really believe in what you're saying. It's really valid. What I've noticed is when I was saying it, because I was getting bored, because that's when I started saying it faster and faster. My conscious mind got bored. And so I was like, well, I want to get through this. But yet, what I realized for myself is, the more I said it, I was actually connecting with my subconscious. And then I had flashes. I'd be walking along and whatever, and I'd had flashes of my dream, my goal, would come to me. And I'd feel it. And it was like amazing feeling. And that's kind of how it's happened for me. And
okay, so let me get this straight, just so I'm clear. Okay, so basically, because your story is just will go down in history. You were basically, I'm understanding you correctly. What you're telling me is that you were at one point homeless. You were living in a tent. You didn't even have the money to even get online, and somehow you figured out how to get online, and you found someone online that is a consulate for the United States government who builds business in Vietnam, and now Alan's building a downline in Vietnam for you. Is that right?
Yeah, he was actually the consul general for Vietnam, for U.S. business into Vietnam. So he'd actually wanted to introduce Vietnam, or Nu Skin into Vietnam back in 2006, and he wasn't available then. So we connected, and then they signed up right away, and they've referred us to some people and that kind of stuff. And so, yeah, Alan has met with some of the people over there and that kind of stuff, and they're very excited about what's going on.
Wow.
So, yeah, I had no phone. I had no money for phone, no money for gas for the car, for me to do the business. But I said, well, what can I do? And get on my computer, and I started going on, websites and stuff. And I knew that I had to just keep looking for solutions. And I couldn't do demos or meet people, but what could I do? And that's all I was kept thinking to myself, what could I do? And to stay positive and focused, because it's easy to fall into, for me and what I can't do, and I guess I got to get a job, or, that's important to have, you need to have money and stuff, but I was unwilling to relent to the circumstances.
Ralph, I love your story. Tell us what it's been like for you to go from, I don't have the money for this. I don't have the money for, because now I hear excuses from everybody. I hear, hey, I can't afford to do the business. I can't afford a spa. I can't afford blah blah blah. And yet you're rich. You have you have food, you have shelter, you've got clothes. You're telling me you were homeless, living in a tent, and that you broke that chain and then discovered how to come from abundance and discovered how to consciously create what it is that you don't have by visioning what it is that you want. And then it actually attracted this guy who called you.
Right.
He called you.
Right.
Wow. Tell that breakthrough because I remember you telling me you didn't have money for a phone, and Alan kept saying, Ralph, you're going from less to less to less to less, and you start seeing more to more to more to more. Remember he talked about that? Can you share that with the people on the phone?
Well, it comes down to the four-letter word is called faith, and really having that, and it's something that's believing in something that's sight unseen. And so I just stayed in faith, and not that it was easy. Let me tell you, when you're looking for change and to find coins to buy food with, in the back seat of the car or in the trunk or whatever, to that point, and yeah, I had my battles with it. Look at this, between the years is where it was, and I just decided that I'm not going to give up, and I'm going to move forward. And I just knew the path that I was doing wasn't working, so I had to kind of like pick it up and try something different, do something different. And no phone to call people, no gas in the car, and so I just said, what can I do? And that's all I kept doing. I know that I can do this. I know that, that I have this faith that I can do this. Don't know what it looks like, but I'm just going to keep fighting and keep moving. And, and I understand that excuses. I run into myself for my own self, and I run into other people's excuses. And, the crazy part is it's not necessary. I think doing the statement really has given me power for myself is, I don't need to have excuses anymore. All I need to do is focus on what I want and keep saying and striving to what I want, and just believing that I can have it happen. I guess that faith comes into play again.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Well, Ralph, yes, you did, Ralph, and I'm so grateful to have you. I thoroughly enjoy our conversations because we talk about, actually, Ralph and I get to talk about the miracles that happen in our daily life because of what the statement does. And it's a process of surrendering to the statement. And at first, when you first say your statement, when you first start saying it, it's going to sound false. It's not going to be real. Alan told me that it's not going to feel real for 2 years. And how long have you been saying your statement for? And then how long until it started to really kick in for you?
I would say it started really doing it probably November. And it was funny. It didn't take long. That's when I realized that things started, probably in a couple weeks, saying it consistently every day. I mean, with passion and fire and that kind of stuff. So it didn't really take me very long. And,
okay,
Eric, I just thought of something I want to throw in there real quick.
Sure.
That Alan, when I was on the road with him, he was doing his weekly call, or his daily call, and we're in the living room with these people in Oregon, and he asked me to get on, and he wanted me to tell my story. And this is really fresh at that point. And I said to him, do you want me to tell the whole story? He goes, yes. So here I am telling people all over the country, around the world, whatever, that I'm homeless and living in tents and and all these things. And it was like my pride was there. And it was like, what are people, this is all went through my mind, what are people going to think, what are they going to say, family, friends, possible new distributors and customers and all this.
Are you there, Ralph? I don't know if his phone dropped or not. But what's happening is that Ralph started talking about a story, and I remember every time he would tell it, he would cry. Because it's deeply, deeply personal. And so there's that element of the statement that you must come from, and he was so there, that's why it exploded for him. You have to come from gratitude. There's a key element. There's abundance cannot flow in an ingrateful heart. So that is very, very powerful while saying the statement. And it's very clearly written, I'm so happy and grateful. And those two feelings, happiness and gratefulness, fuel the statement. It is a formula. Like oil and water, they don't mix. Gratitude and happiness are a formula for stirring your heart. And when you stir your heart, it expands. So, is that you, Ralph? So he'll probably come back on, but I just want to share this with everybody, and then I'll wrap for the call. We'll wrap early. That the statement is the most powerful thing that I have ever done in my life and in my business. And honestly, my story, having lost $2 million of real estate and lost 5 homes across the country, I lost a home I was living in, filed for bankruptcy while doing my new skin business. Why do I tell you that? I share that story because New Skin got me out. If it wasn't for New Skin, I don't know what I would be doing. I really don't know what I would be doing, and I didn't like the person that I was becoming in the process of being stressed, not knowing how to handle the bills. But the statement gave me a clarity of a vision, and having a clear mental picture of what it is that you want, and having a burning desire, the white heat of desire. The reason why I started so quickly for Ralph is because he had a white heat burning desire. And if you've got to make you living homeless in a tent to wake it up, that'll do it. You hear Sean Brady losing his downlines in Australia, traveling around the world, that will wake up a white heat desire in your heart. So to get the white heat desire lit, you don't have to go through those circumstances. You can say the statement, but you must say it with full passion, and you must say it with full vigor. And it means abounding passion, beyond what you know, beyond what you know. And as you say it, beyond what you know, because I promise you, there's going to come times in your business that you're going to get bucked off the horse. And the fastest way to get back on the horse is to say your statement as many times as possible until you feel like you're on top of the world. And as in the process of doing that, you will learn how to say the statement. It happened to me. I flew to Texas for one salon that said that they were going to launch the area. I flew all the way to Texas to go to this one event. I did the event, and the guy was so upset. He was so upset that his wife, who also worked at the salon, and his daughter, and the 9 girls who were there were so happy about this new galvanic thing. He was upset that they liked what I had so much that he didn't buy anything, and I wasted a whole trip flying to Texas, and he kicked me out of the salon. Meanwhile, his wife is frustrated why he's so upset, and that like I'm some salesman or something, but he thought it was going to take away from his salon business. And it was a whole funny thing. So what happened was I was so upset that on my 2-hour drive from Corpus Christi, Texas, back to the, I think it was San Antonio, Texas airport, I was blasting my statement, like a full blast. I was so upset. I remember I called all my friends. I couldn't believe it. I called Jim Hazelton, and I was just talking to him for like half an hour. So the thing is, say it with passion, say it with vigor, and miracles will come in your life. And then you will begin to expect miracles in your business. And then you will expect success. You will actually expect it. And Alan talks about that all the time. Success is nothing more than a string of successful days. And you will actually expect to be successful in your business. You have to have a knowingness that you're going to be successful. Just know that is the beginning of the creative faculty. That is the formula, that knowingness being happy and grateful. So I'm going to open the call up for anybody who has any questions before we wrap the call. 1 second, please. Okay, so this is Derek, and anyone has any questions, fire away. The line is unmuted, so does anybody have any questions at all about the statement, how it can enhance your life, or conflicts that you're having with it? When you surrender to your statement, and you really say it, and I mean, because I just, for instance, we were up at 5:30, walked to the beach this morning, I'm there till 7:15 in the morning, I'm belting out my statement at the beach, belting it out. Was I uncomfortable getting out of bed? You bet. I did not want to get out of bed. I like sleeping. It's my favorite pastime. Had to do what I don't want to do, get out of bed, go to an environment where I can belt out my statement. If you have to do it in your car, do it in your car. Find an environment where you can do it and then feel it. As you feel it, you will start to get results in your business. As you get results in your business, people will begin to join you because there's something different about you that they sense in life. You must continue to do the statement. You must continue to vision as you build towards it. Then the people will listen to you. My story was 8 years ago, I was paralyzed. I broke my neck in 3 places. I was on my stomach for 5 months. I lost everything I had, and I needed to start something new. I've done a few businesses, but was not having success. Then when I met Alan, he shared with me the statement. As I was saying the statement, my business began to build. Other people built their business faster than me, but I wasn't, and that's the most important thing. When we learn how to think and feel, then we are conscious creators with God. And as we become conscious creators, we will enroll people easily and effortlessly. So to answer your question, be the statement. And then if not, then be the statement the best you can, but tell your people stories of our stories of how the statement has changed our lives. So everybody on this call is all team elite. How to say the statement, no problem. They never get frustrated. They never get worried.
Derek, this is Mandy. I don't have a question, but you know, when I was texting you yesterday about a prospect and I said I was nervous, and it just dawned on me this morning, it's because I haven't been doing my statement. So that changes today. I start doing my statement again.
Awesome. Awesome, great. That's good. So that's the first step. And then as you say it, do your best. Surrender to doing your best. Really your best. It's not how fast you can say it. It's about the visioning and it's about discovering what you feel and say as you say it. And by the way, it will be a little different every time you say it. Some things will keep the same and some things will be different. But it's about the discovery process of how you feel and what you see as you say your statement. It's the best way to go through it. Awesome, Mandy. Good job.
Thank you, Derek.
You're welcome.
Derek, this is Norma.
Yeah?
And you just triggered something for me that I heard, I know before I even got on the motor coach, somebody told me that the part of your statement that you have the most difficulty saying is the part of your life that you most need to work on.
So tell us.
Hey, Norma.
Yeah?
I know exactly what that is in my statement that Derek put in there that I have the hardest time with. Because Derek knows I'm transitioning from being super mom to Wonder Woman. And Wonder Woman's in my statement, and I trip over that every time. It's like it's in the very beginning. And so I have a hard time even starting my statement. So,
Going, Maddie.
So I've got to own the Wonder Woman, not the Supermom anymore.
Okay, so I'm going to make an adjustment for you, Mandy, just right now. I want you to put the Wonder Woman. Is it right after your name? I'm Mandy, Wonder Woman Hicks.
Yes, it is.
All right, awesome. Okay. It's a signature thing that I do for my people and my statements on our team. But I pick that one word of that person that they're becoming, and I did their nickname that I stick in their own personal name. So our personal belief of who we are begins to grow. We must be the light bulb that the moths come to, as Margaret Ruby once told me. We must be the bright light. And for them to come to you, because this is about learning how to be how to attract, how to be a magnet. Because truthfully, right now, in my business, we're going crazy in my business. And right now, one of my leaders, actually, of our new people, to give you an idea, came to us. We did not go after these people. They came to us. And truthfully, right now, monthly volume, circle volume, just to give you an idea, is going to hit 20,000.
Wow.
Circle volume.
That's awesome.
Shattering record. Shattering records in our business. So it is definitely the statement. I don't even question it. I sat at a table, and I'll end the call, but I sat, it's kind of a conversation. You know, some of Alan's calls are just conversational. And I was sitting with Jeffrey Lee and Alan McGow at dinner one night, and I was going, Alan, it's just, the people coming into my business are the exact kind of people I want to work with. The exact kind of people I want to work with. I'm attracting obsessive, compulsive, controlling, promoting, international leaders who are happy and grateful to join us in our global moral cause. Happy and grateful, not arrogant or egotistical or pessimistic or abusive or mentally that whatever. No, these are people who I love to work with, and they want to make a difference to mankind around the planet. So I'm attracting it, and it's coming into our business. And it's amazing when it happens. It's just amazing. So in my conversation with Alan was like, Bert, are you really surprised? Are you really surprised? And Jeffrey just looked at me like, are you really surprised? And I'm like, I am surprised. I guess I am surprised because I wish I knew this 10 years ago. My life was in the toilet. 10 years ago, I was crying every single day. 10 years ago, I was in debt up to my ears. 10 years ago, I was frustrated. I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know what to do. I didn't like where I was working. I had no idea what I was going to do in life. No clue. The statement has given me a clarity of vision. It gives you a clear mental picture of what it is that you want to attain, who you intend to be, the actions you intend to do, and what you're willing to add. Service is built in. That's a trick. Alan built it in. It's the 3 Threes. That is the service you're willing to render. As long as you're not willing to render that service, you will not be successful. It won't happen.
Hey, Derek.
When you yeah, Rob, go ahead.
Yeah. Hey, you know, one of the things you said was very, I have changed my statement over the years, and I think one of the things that I put in there, which you just kind of triggered for me, was I put in there confident, powerful, abundant blue diamond leaders who are coming to me. And that's one of the things I was attracted to, people with no money, no time, and no ambition. And it was like pushing a boulder uphill, and so I decided to ask for what I wanted. And now I'm attracting those kind of people. You know, it's like they ask for what you want and you get it. And so, you know, and the crazy part is everyone in society, in the world, can create their own purpose and life statement and have what they want. And it's a secret, but it's not a secret.
Well, it sounds easy once you learn it, but until you learn it, it's really hard. It's really hard out there. Yeah. And so I just want to thank everybody for being on this call, all of you. Thank you for greeting all the people that come on to the call, Mandy. And Pearl's asking me to have Ralph say a statement, so she just worships you, Ralph. Maybe you can go through and say your statement so they know what it is. Go for it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
It is March 16, 2013, and I, Ralph Weir, am so happy and grateful now receiving $20,000 per month from my global new skin enterprise business. I easily and effortlessly accomplish my 3 Threes. 3 new contacts a day, 3 three-way presentations per day, and 3 new ADRs each week. I experience joy, knowing that what I'm doing is being of service to others and of myself. I'm a worthy, confident, powerful, wild, reckless, spontaneous, sexy, fun-loving hunk of a man. I attract and maintain high-quality friends. I attract and maintain 5 or more confident, powerful, abundant Blue Diamond leaders who take immediate and massive action into my business now. As a result of my genuine effort, my teams and I are having time and financial freedom. I'm a slim, trim, healthy 165 pounds. I get to travel the world, the woman of my dreams, who's my best friend, lover, who's romantic, giving, fun, and sexy as hell. I drive my silver 2011 Mercedes 6.3 AMG. I own and live in the homes of my dreams at the beach and the mountains. I create and fund organizations that inspire, educate, and entertain the world. Thank you, God, for it is done.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Woo-hoo, Ralph!
Self-confidence form is more important, even.
Go ahead.
No, I don't have to do it, but I'm saying if you want me to say it,
I'll say it first. I know I have the ability to achieve the object of my definite main purpose in life, and I will never stop achieving until I shall develop sufficient self-confidence retainment, and I promise here now to render next action. Second, I realize that dominating thoughts in my mind will eventually reproduce themselves in an outward physical action, gradually transforming themselves to a physical reality. Therefore, I choose to concentrate my thoughts 30 minutes daily upon the task, thinking upon the person I intend to become, thereby creating in my mind a clear mental picture of that person. Third, I know through the principle of autosuggestion is self-talk, any desire that I persistently hold in my mind, any white heat burning desire, heartfelt desire that I persistently hold in my mind will eventually seek an expression through some practical means of obtaining the object behind my mind's vision. Back of it. Therefore, I devote 10 minutes daily to the development of self-confidence. The 10 minutes is the saying of the statement. Fourth, I've clearly written down my definite chief aim in life, and I will never stop achieving until I shall develop sufficient self-confidence for its attainment. Most people don't even know what "for" means. Get clear on your definite chief aim in life. What is it? And you're going to ask yourself this question a lot. Get clear. When you find the answer to this question, you will know the secret in Think and Grow Rich. When you find the answer to this question of what your definite chief aim in life is, you will know the secret in Think and Grow Rich. Number 5, I know that no wealth or position will long endure unless built upon truth and justice, engaging in no transaction that does not benefit all who it affects. I succeed. I attract to myself the forces I wish to use in the cooperation of others, inducing others to serve me, with my willingness to serve them. Eliminate hatred, envy, jealousy, selfishness, cynicism. 5 toxic feelings. Because I know that a negative attitude towards others will never bring me success. Cause others to believe in me because I believe in them and in myself. I sign my name to this formula and repeat it out loud with full faith that is continually influencing my thoughts and actions, affirming that I am a self-reliant, successful, 5-star platinum, Hawaii qualified team elite man of action, and I thank you, God, for it is done. That, the self-confidence formula, as Ralph says, is almost more important. They're both important, but you must say them both together because it is a recipe for success. Do not change the self-confidence formula. If you change the self-confidence formula, you are changing the formula to match your lack of wealth. The formula is a formula for wealthy people. And often people change it because they have a lack of success mindset. So they want it to feel good to them because of their state. And that is the biggest problem with people who change the self-confidence. I've seen people do all kinds of things to this. Don't change it. It is a recipe for success. And as Alan says, it will not make sense. The first year, 2 years you say it. You're going to say it going, I don't get it. You just got to trust. And as you vision is beginning to make sense, it will get clearer and clearer and clearer. And as you get clarity on it, you will have clarity in your life, and you will begin to create whatever you want. Remember, what are you willing to do differently to get what you want? You cannot have success by doing the same thing. This is the definition of insanity. You must be willing to do something different. How willing? What is your willingness to change? What is your willingness to do something different?